Hello, I'm Pius Ruby, and this is my friend and yoga teaching colleague, Deborah York. We're here with AskTheYogaExpert.com to answer your questions. And the one question that we get a lot of these days is about pranayama, or pranayam. P-R-A-N-A. Prana is energy, all the kinds of energy in the body. And yama is how that energy is directed. So the primary source of energy in the body is the breath. So pranayama is most often associated with breathing exercises. So there are many breathing exercises, and there's a lot of confusion and debate about which breathing exercises are the best and when you should put them into a yoga practice. So I have discovered that there is one primary breathing exercise, which I call three-part breathing, that gives us the greatest amount of absorption of oxygen into the body, which is really what we're after. We want to heat the body, prepare the body for a yoga practice, and this is the best way to get it going in the shortest amount of time. Three-part breathing. So, Deborah, if you could just lie down on the mat, maybe with your knees bent, your feet hip-width apart. That's going to release her low back, soften the abdominal area. So your feet are hip-width apart. Let's bring your knees hip-width apart so that there's a sense of alignment. Maybe walk your feet a little closer to your hips. There you go. So in the three parts of the breath, there are the belly, the side ribs, and the chest. We start with the belly because the diaphragm, the movement of the diaphragm, as you breathe in, let the belly expand. So the diaphragm is pulled down. That's going to fill up the base of the lungs. That makes sense. Breathe in. The diaphragm is pulled down. Let the belly expand. When you breathe out, pull those abdominal muscles in. That pushes the diaphragm up and helps to completely empty the lungs. Okay? So as you can see, Deborah here is breathing in, big belly, breathing out, scooping the belly, pressing the low back toward the floor. Breathing in, filling the basement of the lungs. Breathing out, expelling, completely emptying all that old toxic air. Every turn of the breath, every revolution and cycle of the breath brings in healthy, clean air through the nostrils, breathing through the nose, and expels the toxic air, the carbon dioxide, from the body. So just practice that. First chamber, chamber number one, the belly, or belly breathing. Massages the internal organs, helps you completely digest and clear out the gastrointestinal area, stimulates hormonal production and distribution. Belly breathing, very, very beneficial for us. Okay, now let the belly be still. Let's move up into the second chamber of the breath. Deborah, why don't you take your fingers and poke into the lowest ribs. There's muscle between those ribs. That's intercostal muscle. The rib meat, like if you had barbecued ribs, that's the rib meat. Intercostal muscles, they are the secondary muscles that help us with the breath. So let the belly be still, let your chest be still, and just breathe out to the right and left. So you're breathing, expanding the lungs out along the floor for Deborah, and then exhale, pulling those intercostal muscles together so they contract. So Deborah, let your middle fingers touch. Everybody, just try that. If you're lying down at home or sitting up or standing up, just let the middle fingers touch. Now, exhale completely. So when you inhale, if you're getting that air to flow out to the periphery, to the outside edges of the lungs, the middle fingers will separate. When you exhale, if you're getting complete exhalation, the middle fingers will come back together. So just try that for a few breaths, breathing in. The second chamber of the breath. So we're getting all the air to come through the bronchioles, the bronchi, as it branches out, getting that air to travel through the meat of the lungs out to the periphery to transfer. So the whole lung is being used to transfer into the bloodstreams, to move through the heart and out to the whole body. Optimal ventilation. Whether we're just going to our job and sitting all day at the computer or participating in athletic events, it's nice to have the most air possible. We can practice these tactics wherever we are, sitting in the car, standing in line, doing our yoga practice. So let's move up to the third chamber of the breath. Number 3, go ahead, rub your hands together. Make a little heat, and then lay your fingertips up on your collarbones so that your hands can rest up here on the upper pectoral muscles. These chest muscles are also secondary breathing muscles. Okay, so now breathe in. Let the belly be soft. Let the side ribs be completely still, and isolate or focus. Use your sense of dharana to focus the mind on breathing into the peaks, like the peaks of mountains, the peaks of the lungs up in the high chest. Go ahead, close your eyes, seal your lips, and just let the air quality be filtered through the nostrils and the sinuses. Let that flow of air move past the center brain, in and out of the body, focusing all of your attention on the peaks of the lungs, expanding and contracting. So the chest is going to rise toward the ceiling and rise slightly toward the underside of the chin. And now let's put all 3 of those chambers together. So go ahead, let the breath completely out of the body. Let your hands slide down to your abdominals and pause with no breath in the body. Now breathe in. Let the belly expand. Move your hands up to the side ribs. Let the side ribs expand. And then up to the high chest. Let the chest expand. Now hold the breath. Hold the breath. And then breathe out. Empty the chest. Push the hands together at the side ribs. And then finally, pull the belly toward the floor and hold the breath out of the body there. So breathe in. Let the belly expand. Move your hands to follow the path of the breath up to the chest. Hold the breath and then release. Exhale from the chest, side ribs, and belly. So you're following the path of the breath with the hands. So it's like filling up a bathtub. You fill the breath from the bottom of the tub up to the sides of the tub and eventually to the top. Exhale, drain the breath. So like you're draining the tub, the top flows down past the side and the belly. Pause. Now, lay your hands on the floor, or just take your hands to the side. Now, from the inside, let's follow the path of the breath. Without any exterior tactile sense, let's move our intention and our awareness inside the body. Breathing in, let the belly expand, the side ribs, and the chest. Exhale, drain the tub. Exhale, the chest releases. The intercostal muscles contract, and then the abdominal muscles contract. Pause. Breathe in, belly. Show us, Deborah. Big belly, moving up. Side ribs expand, and chest. Optimal ventilation, pranayama. Exhale. A breathing exercise that in a relatively short amount of time saturates the body with oxygen and prepares us for asana. 3-part breathing. Slow, delicious, long. Just start to connect to the pleasure of breathing, the simple, free pleasure of breathing. Every day, no matter where you are. It's a way to get yoga practice, connecting the body and mind for the benefit of the spirit nature of your body and the benefit of all human beings who you come into contact with during the day. If you're breathing deeply, you're just going to be a healthier, more energized, and nicer person to be around. For theyogaexpert.com, I'm Pius, and here's Deborah. Namaste.
Namaste.